It has to do with the announcement made yesterday by the Elections Commission that the period for house-to-house registration of persons 14 years and above, that the period was now shortened. Instead of the 20th of October for house-to-house registration to complete, it's now brought forward to the 31st of August. In other words, you have 4 more days in which you could register on the house-to-house basis. When the enumerators, the registration officers, come to your house, you still have time. Our information is that up to this point, about 300,000 persons, Guyanese, 14 years and above, have registered, which is fantastic. Fantastic. It shows that people did not listen or heed to the call for a boycott, though some people were persuaded not to register. However, the Elections Commission said that the 300,000 odd names would now be merged with the existing National Register. That is the register that has been there for some years with the names of Guyanese 14 years and over, those who have been given ID cards, and their names are on the National Register. So they bring the two together. They will then see the duplicate. There are processes now that are computer-driven that will find duplicate names, and they will put them aside, and you would have fresh names added to the list of people who actually registered, have their fingerprints taken, have their photograph taken, signatures given, produce birth certificates and other documents. So you're not dealing now with phantom names. You're dealing with real people on the list. Thirdly, there will be, after the merger of the two lists, the GECOM has said, and this is not me saying it, the GECOM has said that they will start a process of extracting from the register all persons 18 years and up, because you're qualified to vote in an election when you're 18 years old. So now you would have a new preliminary voters list, not the final one, preliminary. And the GECOM said there will be an extended period for citizens to make claims and objections. One, if your name is not on the register, you still have time to do so. On the house-to-house, the people are still going around for the next 4 days. Two, if your name is still not in the register, there are registration centers that you could go within a certain period to make sure that you are registered. That is my understanding. And secondly, if your name is not on the preliminary voters list, you will make a claim that I want my name to be on the list. If you see somebody's name who is not supposed to be on that list, your neighbor, you see a name, but you know the neighbor died, you make an objection that that name shouldn't be there. You know the person migrated several years ago, and the name is on the list, not supposed to be there. You make an objection. You know that this person left and gone to Letem or gone to Mabaruma or somewhere else. You know that the person doesn't live anymore next door to you or in your own family. You make an objection in that area because that person will have to now make a claim for the name to be transferred to Letem or Mabaruma or wherever the person is now living. But you ain't getting nobody in your area who's not supposed to be there have their name on the list. So those people who are peddling to you the line that the voter house-to-house registration is scrapped is a lie. Do not fall for that. Registration, house-to-house registration, has not come to an end. The period is shortened. It means that after 300,000 people register, it's a little more difficult to go house to house to search for the same persons. So you have to change the method by which they come to have their names. This is the time for all serious Guyanese to come forward and say, I want my name to be registered. And as you know, those who call for the boycott, they're saying, no, extend the time. We need some time more because they've been losing dogs on the registration officers, chasing them away. And now they want to get on the list. They are desperate to do so. So I think I am very clear. Do not panic. Do not be confused. The Elections Commission is doing its work. When it does its work and produce a clean voters list, or it is about to do that, it will inform the President of Guyana, we are ready for an election, and then the President will announce a date for the elections and then dissolve Parliament. We want elections soon and early, but we want an election that is clean, free and fair, with a clean voters list. That is what all Guyanese must insist, that we cannot go into an election with a list that has dead people, people who have migrated, phantom names, fake ID cards. We don't want that in our elections. And so I thought I should explain very clearly that is what we are in the process of doing, not me or the government, but the Elections Commission.